Well, according to the Tesla website, this was supposed to be open today. We're missing some things, aren't we? Kiosks are up. Bunch of concrete poured, but it looks like we're a long ways from actually having this done here, which is not good because it is actually 0 degrees out, snowing. I have 45 miles left to drive, and I only have 55 miles of range left, plus that's rated range, and I haven't even subtracted the 30% loss there. So I'm gonna have to go find a level 2 to charge it for a little while. Some crates yet. Well, can't waste any more time here because I gotta go sit with my thumb up my you-know-what and charge for a while on a level 2. Adios. Hello, here we are in Madison, Wisconsin. Originally came here because we were planning on testing out the Madison Supercharger because this morning, according to Tesla's website, it went live today. However, coming from Milwaukee to Madison, 0 degrees out and a snowstorm, guess what was not yet operational and the website was updated by accident? Yes, a Madison Supercharger. So I luckily found a charge point, and while it's not the fastest, because I did not have enough range to get to my destination then, because 0 degrees, heat going full blast. If it was just me, I would have ran with just the seat heaters on, but I got 2 little midgets with me. And of course, snowstorm slowed me down. That was a little bit unexpected. Wasn't supposed to hit until a few hours later. So here we are, slowly building up some charge. When I arrived, I had 45 miles to my destination, which is a Sandrift Resort in Wisconsin Dells. And I only had 55 miles of range, rated range, which means I would have come up about 20 miles short after you factor in heater usage, battery pack warmer, which I believe did kick in once or twice. I got very windy out. So I have to make use of a MGE, Madison Gas and Electric free charge point charging station. And on top of it being 0 degrees out and a snowstorm, I got iced as in an internal combustion engine vehicle was parked in the electric car charging station. Thankfully, I do have a handicap tag. Got a little bit of lack of cartilage in the knees, and I rarely ever use the tag, but it's good for emergencies. So I was able to park in a handicap space right next to the charge point. And I think my hand just froze to the camera. It's so cold out, the snow is squeaky. So we are at the Princeton Club in Madison. Over there is East Town Mall, where the Supercharger is located. Sears. If we go a little over to the left, and not focusing, we can almost see the Supercharger from here. And there is a nice CHAdeMO station on the other side of the strip mall at a gas station, go figure. Of course, the Tesla CHAdeMO adapter has not yet been released, so we are stuck using a 30 amp charge point at 240 volts. At least it wasn't 208 volts as you'd find in most business locations. So that was good for an extra kilowatt of power per hour. So here we go. I'm gonna, now that I got 102 miles, gonna be heading back to the Dells and see if we can make it. Well, just some thoughts after tonight's almost incident. charge in Madison. Well, at 0 degrees, the Model S loses a lot of range. I know this is going to be kind of a mashup video now. We were hoping it was going to be oh look, another Supercharger's open. Yay! Unfortunately, no. The amount of range, oh, that's getting really nasty out. The amount of range I lost really kind of hurt. Just some thoughts on Supercharger placement. The way, at least it appears in Wisconsin right now, are the Superchargers are getting placed rather close together. Let's see, somewhat. We got the upcoming Madison to Boston is only about 75-ish miles. Boston to Onalaska is approximately about 60 miles. Boston to Eau Claire is about 80-ish miles, roughly. And this is all rough without actually calculating it out with MapQuest or Google Maps. I'm not too sure yet quite how far outside the state things are going that direction. But the furthest one in Wisconsin is going to be Pleasant Prairie to Madison, which would end up being about 100 miles. So I'd say thank you, Tesla, for building the Superchargers closer together, especially for us 60 kilowatt pack owners. There's no way we could survive up in the Midwest here in our frozen tundra, frigid cold weathers. And I hate to even imagine what our neighbors to the north and what is it called? Canada? I don't even want to know what the heck they have to go through. And oh look, an accident. Great. But at least in Wisconsin, we're going to need those 100-mile or less space Superchargers in the wintertime. In the summertime, I'd be able to make it from Wisconsin Dells all the way to the Villa Park Service Center, which isn't no walk in the park. That's, I mean, I'd be pushing my battery pack to its limits, but I could make it. Well, today, it's 0 degrees out. I'm trying to go from Milwaukee to Wisconsin Dells, 125 miles door to door, and that would also be a well, I was going to stop in Madison today just to test out what we thought was the new open Madison Supercharger. It was listed on Tesla's website. However, that was taken off and it's not even near done. So that was a oopsie on someone's part for having that up on their site. Normally, that wouldn't have made a bit of difference. I would have just hopped on the freeway and continued my merry way onto either the Dells, or if I needed a quick charge before going to the Dells, Boston. But today, I arrived in Madison with 55 miles rated range left. I had to go another 45 miles to get to the Sandrift and the Dells. Now, normally you'd say, okay, you got 10-mile buffer. If it was the summertime, yeah, I could crack the window a little bit and turn the air conditioning, not have any air conditioning, and we'd be fine. But it's 0 degrees out, and that means heat. Lots of it. Give you an example. I've been on the freeway right now for, well, I left Madison. It's been almost 25 minutes. I was stuck on a level 2 charge point station. To get enough range, I pulled the plug at 102 miles in the car. I figured 50 miles should be enough buffer range to get me there. Plus, I have to drive slower anyways. I'm not doing 70, I'm doing 55, and I am barely staying on the road. I almost got nailed by a few semis that were losing traction. Their tractor trailers were flopping around. and people are buzzing past me doing at least 70, maybe 80 miles an hour. Normally I'd be one of those people, but I know when to call it quits. These conditions just are horrible. So anyways, I've been on the freeway now for like 25-30 minutes, and my car is still being limited for regen. 30 kilowatt regen limitation, and it is going up, but very, very slowly. Just to give you an idea of how badly the cold affects your range, we are going to hit a negative 20 wind chill tonight. When I did my little video at the charge point station, which should have preceded this little segment, my hand, I think I was outside maybe 5 minutes doing that video. My hand still feels like it's frozen, and I think I might have gotten minor frostbite. My fault. And so cold does affect it. And Tesla, or Mr. Musk, if you are watching this video, thank you for placing these superchargers so close together. We really need it. Might not be needed as much down south, being so close together, but up here in the Midwest, I have a feeling for us Tesla drivers, it's going to be a way of life. And I was just a little disappointed to see, now that a larger chunk of the construction's done in Madison, there are only going to be 3 supercharger kiosks. There's going to be 3 superchargers with 3 supercharger kiosks. Normally you'd have 1 supercharger with 2 kiosks to that charger, and depending on if 1 car or 2 car are plugged into, you know, each kiosk, well, each kiosk has one car, but 2 kiosks share a single charger, and they share the power between them. Most of you already understand the mechanics behind that. But on the bright side, 3 superchargers for 3 kiosks means each car is going to get the full 120 kilowatt glory of glorious supercharginess. And that made absolutely no sense whatsoever. Downside is, I really feel there's going to start to be a waiting line or a queue for people to charge. I do not see that. That's in the heart of Madison. In Wisconsin, that's EV Central. And I have a feeling that station will be getting nailed hard. I'm thinking there's 2 things that would make me think that why they only went with 3 supercharging kiosks or superchargers at all. One you can get from Rockford past Madison all the way to Boston if you're going for the long range. You can get from Pleasant Prairie past Madison all the way to Boston under normal conditions. Not 0 degrees, normal conditions. But, wintertime, you might need that little extra itty bitty top off. Perfect. Idea number 2, they may be limited on power to that location, which I'm a little surprised if they would be, because Madison Gas and Electric has got level 2s all over the place as part of a pilot program. And a pilot program to see what impact EVs have on their local distribution grid. They even have their own CHAdeMO station, which, shoot, if that CHAdeMO adapter was out, I've got card number 32 to access that CHAdeMO station. It's less than 50 people even have access to that, and no, they're not stopping anybody. You just got to call up and actually, or email and apply for the card for their pilot program. Unfortunately, I don't have a supercharger to Model S adapter, so I can't plug in there. That would have been rather convenient. I could have gotten up to 100 miles or full in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Mind you, I wasn't coming from flat deck. It's definitely slower than a Supercharger, but definitely faster than a level 2. Idea number 3 is the owners of the mall just did not want to give up that many parking spaces. So I'm thinking it's number 3, especially where they have the Supercharger placed directly outside the food court. I can foresee that being a real high traffic area, and they don't want to give up as many parking spaces there, rather than putting the Supercharger, out of the way and making people walk further. So it's just ideas. Let's see. Any other thoughts at the moment? Speaking of Supercharger distances, then there's also Pleasant Prairie, and then currently under construction yet, and then the Highland Park. Service center, sales center, and supercharging center. Those are relatively close. Highland Park, Illinois is only 45 minutes, so about 45, maybe 50 miles south of Pleasant Prairie, which is nice because if you take Highway 41, you get to skip the tolls and go straight to the Supercharger. Save a little cash. No iPass, you just save $3. With iPass, you just saved $1.50. At least that's until they up the cost on that. You okay, buddy? You getting sleepy? Yeah, those are my good boys. I gotta do a teleconference with some of you people. That'd be really fun. Pick my brains, hey? So, yeah, I'm burning up quite a bit of, I'm at 505 watts a mile. So round it down to 500, 2 miles for every kilowatt. That's pretty bad. I even got the heat on range mode right now. No seat heaters. Heats, I had to keep it on. My windows are frosting up like you couldn't believe if I turned the heat down. Nothing to do with the defrost vent on the front of the car. It's just I had it too low. And the 3 of us, these little midgets are snoring. Well, I got one midget snoring away, and the other one was just twiddling his toes and playing and having a good old time. Yep. Uphill, great, going uphill. Any other thoughts? No, I think you guys have listened to me ramble enough for one evening. With any luck, I don't think I'm going to, well, I don't think I may, but I'm probably not going to burn up enough range to even make it worthwhile. I was considering driving to Boston. What's the point? It's out of my way. The only reason I need to go there is if I wanted to supercharge right now, which I just want to get home. I'll plug into a 1450, call it a night. 2 tired kids. I'm tired. I got real lucky in Madison though. Spent about an hour at the charge point station. I got iced by an internal combustion vehicle. And after about an hour, I got a phone call. It's my mom. Oh, Chris, I'm in Madison. Do you want to meet somewhere to eat? All right. Yeah, do you think you can pick me up? I'm over at the Princeton Club charging my car. Oh, I thought you were going to test out the Supercharger. No, the Supercharger's not working yet. So, didn't have to suffer too much. She picked me and the boys up. We went out to a Chinese buffet, a new place called The Journey. It's pretty tasty. Boys loved it. And then finished eating, came back to the car, was up to about 103 miles, and someone unplugged my car. Oh, you best not be touching that. Nope. Yeah, someone had unplugged my charge port, the cable. They at least were kind enough to plug it in, but my car for some reason read a fault. and the charge point read a fault. I think it was a charge point that did not let the power back to the car. At least I caught it with my iPhone app. I was able to re-unlock the charge point and manually start the charging cycle. It might have something to do with that new Tesla firmware. What was that? 5.8.4. Does that sound about right? So it's probably something to do with that. If it detects a loss of power or something more than 2 or 3 times or something. But yeah, I was able to manually restart the charge. No big deal. And I'm pretty sure it was the guy that iced me out. I did leave a nice note. Kind, polite note, not rude, under his windshield wiper. Asking him to please be mindful of where he parks in the future. Always be polite. So he was probably just being a jerk. Decided, oh, screw this guy, I'm gonna unplug him. Respect my authority. Yep, and I think that would be about it. So, at least we didn't have to sit in the car the whole time. I mean, it's so freaking cold. I turned the heat on even in range mode, and it drew so much power. Nothing was going into my battery. No charging whatsoever, even on range mode. So I was turning my car on, getting it up to like 90 degrees, and I'd have to shut the heat off. And then after about 10 minutes, we're freezing again. Turn it back on. So, oh boy, police tow truck. I could use a cigar. How about you right now, Vinny? No? Oh, yeah. Looks like that moron that passed me 10 minutes ago in the Dodge Charger sitting on the side of the road in a snowbank. Get a little closer. It does look like a Charger. Right tail lights, I think. No, it was the Nissan 350Z. Oh, man, that guy passed me like 30 minutes ago. Oh my God, a 350Z out in this weather? Oh, that is suicide. Car's too freaking light. I doubt he had snow tires on, or even all season. I bet you that moron's even running summer tires. That made my night. Still wish it was the Dodge Charger guy. He was riding my ass and moved over and floored it. So, alright, Vinny, you want me to shut the light off? Okay. I'm going to shut the light off and bid you all a good evening.